the ceremonial welcome, the state dinner. What next, though, for François Hollande in the US? Well, later today, he's going to head to San Francisco, in fact, to promote his responsibility pact to US investors and French entrepreneurs in Silicon Valley. It will be the first visit of a French president to Silicon Valley since François Mitterrand, in fact, 30 years ago. Hollande will meet with CEOs of US tech companies to promote a tech-friendly image of France. But as France 24's correspondents have discovered, he may find advice from French entrepreneurs there about how to encourage business.
Julien arrived in San Francisco just a few days ago. His goal? To get rich. How? By building his pet-sitting website.
It's like an Airbnb for dogs that allows you to find a pet sitter to take care of your pets when you're on vacation.
The 30-year-old Julien tried to develop his startup in France, but he left because there weren't enough investors.
French investors tell me the French market is too small, you have to have more ambition. And when I say, okay, I can expand to Europe, they say, it's too risky. It's always the same thing with French investors. And here in the States, however, they say, it's great, how much do you need? I've been here only a week, and I already have 3 or 4 contacts ready to invest money. In France, there's no way I could raise that kind of money. It's incredible to think that we need the Americans to fund us, but here you go.
Julien is working with an incubator to raise the $10 million he needs. The program provides him with financial assistance and a network in exchange for shares of his company.
Here it's not like in France, no fancy offices with secretaries. You build your own office and everything goes fast.
But his mentor is cautious. He says a lot of American investors are hesitant to invest in French companies.
The French president is coming in.
The challenges we have with the French market are around sort of regulation. So I think our perception is that it's a very valuable market from a consumer perspective, but that it is hard to penetrate. There's a lot of friction there, so it's hard to start companies there.
Startups also rely on angel investors and venture capitalists, which have helped make Silicon Valley what it is today. Jeff Clavier is the most sought-after French investor here.
Je brûle les calories en faisant des emails.
Clavier has raised more than $170 million and invested in more than 140 startups. But he warns that Silicon Valley is a very competitive place that involves taking risks.
Out of 100 startup companies, the number of funded companies which end up going under is around 70 or 80.
More than 50,000 French nationals are working in the San Francisco Bay Area. High-tech giants like Google, Facebook, and even PayPal have hired French engineers. David Marcus feels right at home. 6 years ago, Marcus sold his startup to the payment giant for $240 million. Today, he's the president of PayPal.
If you have that fire burning inside, this desire to work hard and succeed, and the talent to do so, if you have all this, then you should definitely come to the Silicon Valley.
It's an opinion shared by Carlos Diaz, a French CEO who has been living in San Francisco for 6 years. In 2012, he and other French entrepreneurs created a movement called Pigeons, which criticized the French government's proposal to increase taxes on businesses.
You can't ask entrepreneurs to gamble all they've got, not to draw a salary and work in conditions in which chances of success are minimal. And if success does come, they'll be taking the jackpot away from you. It's a bit like if you told someone who plays the lottery, you can play, but there's no longer any jackpot. No one's going to play anymore.
Carlos will meet the French president during his upcoming visit to San Francisco. He hopes that François Hollande will be inspired by Silicon Valley.
President Hollande wants to sell his so-called responsibility pact for businesses, not only to French companies, but also to American giants and entrepreneurs, because he knows that's the right way to create jobs. He's right to come here, wearing the suit of a sales representative and trying to sell France.
Given his goal of improving France's image in Silicon Valley and of reassuring French entrepreneurs about the business environment back home, it'll be a tough match for François Hollande.
Sure it will. French entrepreneurs there in the Silicon Valley for focus. Time for sport now. Got football coming up. Starts out with the very latest from the